wouldn't have the ancient law. Metaphysical keys to unlock the door. A book written by Jada Sword with the guided visions of Yoshimo. Ancient black spirituality, galactic celestial symphony, cosmic melanated energy, spirits are within me. Our history. Ancient black spirituality, galactic celestial symphony, cosmic melanated energy, spirits are within me. Our history.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Ancient Black Spirituality. It's Jada, aka JP, and today I'm going to be talking about the meaning of the serpent in ancient cultures. So, we see the serpent often in ancient Egypt. Usually it's a serpent located on their pineal glands, as we can see here. The serpent is also in ancient Dravidian culture, ancient India, as we can see in this image. But oftentimes we are unsure of the meaning behind these symbols. It kind of just falls under the radar. So I look at these things from a metaphysical perspective and a physiological perspective. So when we're talking about the serpent, my mind automatically goes to, where is this in our anatomy? Where is this within our bodies? Because this is the way our ancient ancestors were thinking, and this is the way they used art to depict things that were really within us. So today we're going to be talking about the Kundalini energy, and that this is what the serpent in all of these ancient cultures represents. So Kundalini is a form of energy that remains coiled up at the base of the spine. So it can be raised up to the seven chakras, which then leads to spiritual enlightenment. And it can be aroused through meditation, yoga, and mantras, and things like that. So this is the serpent that is within. So we're going to be looking at these ancient cultures from this perspective and describing what is the Kundalini energy. So the Kundalini is also not only seen in ancient cultures, but in the Bible. So we've seen that the serpent, quote unquote, deceived Eve and made her eat the fruit when she wasn't supposed to. But for me, what this is representative of is the Kundalini energy talking to the right hemisphere of the brain, because the right hemisphere is the feminine side of our brains. So that's what Eve represents in that story. And the Kundalini is also a feminine energy. So that feminine energy would then be talking to the feminine side of your brain. So that's what I believe that story to be representative of, is that communication when the Kundalini energy is activated between our right hemisphere and the Kundalini energy and what's taking place within. Also, Moses was teaching people to raise up the Kundalini energy when he lifted up the snake in the wilderness. So again, we're seeing these same stories, which are really allegories for what we need to be doing in order for spiritual awakening and enlightenment. Okay, so we have 7 main chakras. So the 7 main chakras are the root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. So these are our 7 main chakras, but they are not only within the region that you're seeing on the screen, but they also go into your hands and feet as well, which is something I didn't even know. So that's a conversation for another day. But here on this image, we are seeing the two serpents, which are also often seen. It's also seen in the medical symbol as well. So these two quote-unquote serpents are the Ida and the Pingala. So the Ida is a nerve channel, which is the feminine side, as you can see, and then the Pingala is the masculine side, the other nerve channel. And as you can see, the Pingala is associated with the pineal gland, and the pituitary is, the Ida is associated with the pituitary gland. So if you all watch my other video on ancient Black spirituality, where I talk about the sacred secretion, and when I talk about this, I was stating that there's fluid that comes from our pineal gland as well as our pituitary gland when the moon is in our sun sign, and it goes down to our sacrum, which would be like our bottom region, under your navel. And so when this happens, if you activate the Kundalini energy, you can raise that back up. And these two channels are what bring that oil down, but the Kundalini energy can then push that oil back up to your third eye in order to activate that. So this is what our ancient ancestors had high knowledge of. And although this practice of Kundalini is often associated with Hinduism and yoga in India, the origin was in Egypt. So the Kundalini and even yoga, origin of yoga was in Egypt. Because also we know this because the Dravidians in India, who were the original inhabitants of India, they came from the Nile Valley as well. So when we talk about these things, they just brought the culture. They came from Kush, they were Kushites, but they, and what Dr. Winters calls Proto-Saharans, they brought that culture into India and into Asia and China and things like that. But all of this originated in Africa and Egypt. So this is what the serpent represents. When you see the Egyptians with the serpent on their pineal gland, it represents the activation of that Kundalini energy to enlighten and awaken their pineal glands. So if you are interested in learning more about the Kundalini energy and chakras as well, and what each chakra represents and how it's related to our ancient cultures, and with a focus on Cambodia and as well as Egypt and how they're related to one another, get my book, Ancient Blacks in Cambodia, the Khmer Empire. It's available on Amazon.com. So I hope you all will check it out. Thank you for watching.